Good morning, YouTube. What's up, everybody? How are you? Thank you so much for coming in. Welcome to Religion with TV, where we're sipping all the tea with no shade, talking everything up to Yahweh. Why? My spiritual ears stay ringing. Okay, so I had a subscriber or someone come into my chat one day. Miss Milagros, how are you? She asked me if I knew about Lilith. She said Lilith was allegedly, the first woman ever created. So I've never heard that spiritually. I've never, seen anybody say anything to that effect. But I just want to play this song for you right here and get into this story real quick. I never heard of Lilith a day before in my life. I never heard of the woman. Let me see. When I went looking for things scripturally, I could not find anything on Lilith or so just by reading what I have. So just reading what I have, what I was able to find, like Wikipedia, trying to look up Lilith. It's basically the legend of the first woman. I'm still trying to find my song, y'all. Hold on. Because that song is what I was able to find out about Lilith, y'all. There's some truth, there's not truth to it, but when you look out into the world and you hear these legends or wives' tales or wives' fables or whatever, you basically see some similarities out in the world. It's early, y'all. I'm trying to look for this song right here. I don't know why it's not playing, but thank God, here it go. I need y'all to hear this, okay? Good morning to whoever's in the chat. If anybody's in there, I'm pulling up the chat now. All right, so y'all heard that, right? Rockabye Baby. And it kind of brought me back to this movie I seen years ago, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. It was pretty much about this woman trying to steal someone else's baby. And, that's really the story of it all. But I guess Lilith is kind of like the same way, y'all. I'm going to just read what I seen here. And like I said, I've searched scripture. I've asked God. I haven't seen it spiritually myself, but I was able to find this book. It's called Lilith, the Legend of the First Woman. It's a 19th century narrative poem in 5 books written by American poet Ada Langworthy Collier in 1885 and published in Boston by D. Lathrop and Company. It has been reprinted several times in the 21st century. Okay, So that's telling about the book. Lilith, the Legend of the First Woman, is a 19th century rendition of the old rabbinical, the rabbi's legend of Lilith. So you have the Jews over in Israel, they have this legend as well. And if you've been listening to me, there's people all around with mythology and their own, wives' tales or fables about their history and what they believe, and um, what their culture looks up to, and research or live by. Anyway, this first woman whose life story was dropped unrecorded from the early world, and whose home, hope, and Eden were passed to another woman. So when I was reading this, I'm like, oh, she's trying to say that Eve took her blessing, or Eve, who I know is the mother of all living in the flesh. Lilith is saying here, or it's alleged that Lilith is, should have been in the Garden of Eden with Adam. So it goes on to say, the author warns us in her preface that she's not followed the legend closely. Neither have I, y'all. In her hands, Lilith becomes an embodiment of mother love that has coexisted forever. And it is her name that lends itself to the lullabies repeated to your children. Did y'all hear what I just said? Whoever the two out there watching, ladies, share this video. God says whatever the enemy used to hurt you, God will turn it around for your good. And one thing I noticed is, as I was reading this story, it says that she lends her name to the lullabies you sing to your children. Rockabye baby, on the tree top, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall. And something about the baby tumbling and all. All right, that doesn't sound like it means your baby, your child, any good. I'm a mother of 3, a grandmother of 4. So this just kind of sparked interest in my spirit. And I'm going to say this right now. With all the SIDS, death, and strange things that happens to babies throughout the world, Lilith may be playing a part in it, because we're going to read what the literary basis is for Lilith right now. Collier not freely changes the legend of Lilith, but is free with the unties of her own story. It is a full internal inconsistencies and narrative. I can believe it is when it comes to legends and things like that. That's why it's only good to deal with the truth. And no, this is not my truth spiritually. I've never heard of it in the Bible, the Apocrypha, the Book of Asher, Jubilee. I've never heard of Lilith, period. But again, when it was brought to my attention, is there another woman that was supposed to be the first lady, first mother of all living? Let's finish reading, guys. The legend doubtless made to reconcile 2 accounts in the book of Genesis. 2 accounts in the book of Genesis. Okay, so now it's trying to tell me that there's 2 accounts that should have went down in Genesis. I will forever ask God to reveal that to me and show me. But what we have scripturally speaking, the only thing we have is the account of Adam and Eve. So this was kind of interesting to me, because I've always said when it comes to biblical things, people are always trying to do the opposite or tell their story opposite of what God truly intended for people. So it says, of the creation of woman, the first of which represents her made with man, and by implication co-equal, and the other as created second and subordinate. So it's saying one woman was created equal with Adam, and the other one was subordinate, meaning a little under Adam. As we know, Eve was created from his rib. We have the man and we have the woman. So let's just keep reading and see what it says, guys. And I'm going to give you my commentary at the end of it, real brief. Is to effect that God first created Adam and Lilith equal in authority, that the clashing this led to was so great that Lilith was cast out from the Garden of Eden. Cast out from Eden, it says. And the marital experiment tried again. on a different principle. Now they're saying by the creation of Eve. So at first it's saying that, okay, God created male and female, but they were so equal. They were clashing. They were going at it. This woman, Lilith, got kicked out of the garden, and oh, voila, here comes Eve, trying a different principle. Don't make woman as equal to man, and let's see how they get along then. So it goes on to say here, y'all, Lilith thereafter wedded Iblis, the prince of devils, and became the mother of demons and specters, and in vengeance upon her rival, Eve. Solstice, good morning. I'm just going through this story. Milagros had mentioned Lilith to me, so I'm just going through who this Lilith character is, how she lends her name to the lullabies we sing our children, how Rockabye Baby truly says if you put it on the treetop by the end of it all, the baby will crumble and fall, right? So that right there started saying, wait a minute. Let's just, it's not much to read here. I'm not going to go further because again, I say watch what you take into your spirit. Pray covering of the Most High, the mind of Christ over you. Whatever the devil meant to hurt you, God will turn it around and use it for your good. So when I go into stories like this, if it's not my truth, I won't hang on to it. If I can shed light to women who are with child, having children, because you're going to be surprised what this lady actually does to infants. And I know there's a lot of babies that suffer strange deaths in the world. And this possibly could have something to do with it, y'all. There's people out here that believe on Lilith. It told you the rabbinical, the rabbis of the Jewish faith today believe in this. They don't even believe that Eve is the first created. Most of them believe that Lilith was the first created. So again, whatever you believe, whatever your faith is, just let it line up with the word of God, okay? So she took vengeance upon her rival Eve. This woman thought the mother of all living Eve was her rival now. Because remember, Eve could have kids. Eve brought forth Cain, Abel, and I bet a lot of y'all don't know about Seth, right? She had a third son named Seth. S-E-T-H. Seth, okay? But we forget all about Seth. No, we don't. The ones that know God and know his word, we don't forget about Seth, but the world has forgotten about Seth. So it says her rival, Eve, the mother of mankind, right? I've always thought Eve was the mother of mankind. She became the special enemy of babies, whom she strangles with a thread of her golden hair. Whoa, when I got to that point, I immediately thought of the Sid's death, a lot of strange deaths, babies, infants, the cord wrapped around their neck in delivery, and just, it just kind of touched my spirit like, wow, be careful out there, y'all. Pay attention. Be mindful of what's really going on with your children. I'm not having any more kids, but I will forever be on the lookout. The only infant song that came to me immediately was Rockabye Baby. Why we want to rock our babies on a tree top and let them crumble and fall could only be because legend says Lilith wants to harm the baby. So people have us out here singing songs that actually harm the children and don't do them any damn good. So I'm just trying to tie this together as much as I can, y'all. We almost done here, okay? I appreciate the 3 watching. Give me a thumbs up. This is not my forte, but I told you on this channel, we could talk about anything. There's nothing new under the sun. It's when you start talking about it, then believing, then acting on it. No. It's okay to talk about things. This lady Lilith, according to legend, lends her name. Lullaby is where we get the songs we sing our kids. And she harms babies. She strangles them with the thread of her golden hair, y'all. The obvious injustice to Lilith, it goes on to say, who seems to have asked no more than her half being equal to Adam, that is, While Adam was the encroacher on the assumption that they were created equal, inspired Collier's version of the legend, according to which Lilith leaves Eden voluntarily rather than submit to dominance. So this woman didn't want to submit to Adam's dominance. And there's some women like that out here in the world that don't want to submit to a man. I have said jokingly that I do believe women are supposed to be where the man is in the world, but the man would never submit and bow down to a woman's authority. So that's why the European man went through America and the world and manipulated, letting you believe that men are supposed to be running the world. And I don't know, it's something with God and a woman, trust me. But I don't think it's something with God and a woman who was set out to hurt his babies, because God said in the book of Genesis, let us replenish, be fruitful, and multiply. So when you see all these entities killing the human race off, whether it be Lilith, whether it be two men having sex, two women having sex, they are not replenishing the earth. They are not being fruitful, and they are not multiplying. See, God wanted to fill this earth with people, and people want to kill God's people off. It's a true statement, y'all. Anyway, it goes on to say, according to which Lilith leaves Eden voluntarily rather than submit to dominance, but loses thereby the blessings of the motherhood. I would imagine so too. If she was acting like she wanted to be in control back then, equal with Adam, God might have said, hold up, this is too much for me. Go on about your way, young lady. And she went on about her way, like most people who are turned away from the kingdom of heaven or turned away from God and become evil. Just like Lucifer. Hell, it even says she married Iblis, whoever the hell he is. See, I don't delve. These demons got names and stuff. I know the devil, and I know he got legions and legions and legions and legions of demonic spirits under that. To get into the names and all of that, I know there's spirits that run finances, or there's a spirit over your health, and trying to I don't get into that deep of spirits. I just know that God came, set Christ to destroy the works of that spirit. Okay, so when I read these things, I'm not going to say, oh, it's not true. I believe there's some truth to this. When I see the strange deaths happen in the babies, when I hear that lullaby I played for y'all at the beginning of this video, there's some truth. Listen to this. This alone, not either Adam nor Eden, she envies Eve. She envied Eve because Eve can have babies. And I told y'all the Holy Grail, the womb of a woman, is the Holy Grail. I do believe. Even when you look at the Last Supper picture, whether you look at the white one or the black one, like I have Genesis the first, it shows the Last Supper. But it shows like a V shape in this picture. And you see the Holy Grail. Like some people say the Holy Grail is a cup. This, that. I think it's the womb. I think it's Eve's womb. Because through Eve bringing forth the first man-child in the flesh, thousands of years upon that later on, we have what's called the Christ that sprang out of the tribe of Judah, right? So it goes on to say, last but not least, and at last steals the coveted first human baby, which dies bereft of his mother, and so gives Lilith the reputation and legend of being a child murderess. This is who this Lilith lady is. Is there any truth to her being the first woman created? I have not seen that biblically or spiritually. Is there any truth to her using her name? Now, we know the root word is Lilith, so how do we get lullaby out of Lilith? It's possible, y'all. My name is Drew, and they used to call me Baby Huey because I was a little fat child. How did you get Huey out of Drew? It's possible, y'all. I'm just saying. You understand what I'm saying? It's possible. So it goes on to say, when Collier discovered that the word lullaby, Lila, Abby, Begone, Lilith, or whatever, denoted the songs which mothers soothed their babies, she adapted Lilith's acquired modern meaning, wholly removed from its original signification into this poem. It enabled Collier to involve the idea that Lilith, instead of being a friend, being a fiend, was really a creature of strong maternal instincts, and is in this character that Lilith is presented. That's all I know about her. All I want to say on my commentary, and I'm gonna let y'all go. God told Adam and Eve to be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth. I have not heard God tell Adam and Lilith to do this. I do want to bring mention to you. Strange deaths are happening with our babies. Just strange as hell. I've always thought SIDS was like the strangest thing. But then again, when a baby dies, no one has ever really found a gold string of hair around their neck or whatever. That whole infant death in utero, when the cord ties around their neck. This woman says she murders babies, a child murderess. So, Milagros, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I never knew about Lilith, but now I know. And it says, people perish for lack of knowledge. So some others out there need to hear this, share this video, like this video. Don't be afraid of Lilith, because she can't, whatever the enemy used to hurt you, God will turn it around for your good. For those called according to his purpose, those who love the Most High God. So here it is. It's Lilith right here, y'all. I don't know how far we could go with this, because like I said, I just don't climb down everybody's rabbit hole or go searching for things, because you may find yourself in the pits of hell and don't know how to get back out of it. Ask God for insight. Pray that your mind is covered. Read these stories. Seek things out, because like I did with this Lilith, she around here trying to hurt people, babies, but I think I just saved a few by sharing this story with you. These lullabies, again, things we sing to our kids, have always been words. Remember, life, words speak life or death. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. You know, like, really? Really, we have to think about this. Same thing I said, rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. Don't sing that to your kids. It may have an effect on them growing up wanting to be in a tub with 2 other men. I'm just saying, y'all, the things we have been taught to say and speak and sing to soothe our kids, to comfort our kids, may very well have been hurting and harming our kids, giving Lilith all this energy out here in the world to keep killing your babies. With that being said, God bless y'all all. I hope this inspire y'all to just love your kids more. Pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to the spirits around that's trying to kill your kids. Like Lilith, all right? I'll be back. Somebody, the same lady, asked me about the 7 deadly sins, and I have that coming up next, y'all. I will see you within an hour or two. Pray for my strength, because when I go on researches, I get tired, y'all. It be like so much. Spiritually is like really, really, really draining, but you never grow weary in well doing. And I love doing what I do for the Lord. Shining light, showing people. Lilith may be out there killing your babies, but God has a remedy for that. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know what's out there trying to hurt you. I always say it's hard to beat your enemy when you don't know who is your enemy. We never knew there was a Lilith out here killing our babies with a strand of golden hair. We know now. So now that we know, pray to God that we can stop singing all these lullabies. Hell, make up your own lullabies like I did for my grandkids when I was trying to put them to sleep. It's just, you don't got to follow tradition. You don't have to follow what the world is telling you to do when it comes to your kids. And I would advise you to start praying that whatever this spirit or legend or whatever Lilith thinks she is, the first creation, woman creation, she got bitter, she got scorned because Eve had a baby with Adam and went and went wreaking hell on everybody. So with that being said, God bless y'all. Beverly, I see you. Beverly Solstice, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, thank you. Share this video. I know my phone is ringing, but share this video. God bless y'all. I'm going to come back with the 7 deadly sins and see if they line up, which really is sin and what's deadly around here. And you guys keep supporting this channel. Subscribe, like, and share. Beverly, thank you so much. Okay, true. Amen. I'm glad y'all in agreements, because when God says where 2 or 3 come together and touch and agree upon anything, he'll be in the midst of it. So y'all go on with y'all day. Be blessed. Share this video. Tell people about Lilith, who is allegedly out here murdering the babies, okay? And she got mad at God. She got mad at the Garden of Eden and all this other stuff. But hey, the only thing I see is God told Adam and Eve to replenish, be fruitful, and multiply the earth. And that's what seeds. That's what babies. That's what human beings. And Lilith wasn't a part of that in my eyes. So thank you so much. And you all have a great day. I'm going to try to find this video right here. Listen to it, y'all. Okay, yep, I'm here. All right, bye. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye, y'all.